Alright everybody, can y'all guess what this is? Just a wild guess before I tell you. Thought let's do an experiment, because that's what we're going to do on this channel. Experiments. Threw them in this bucket, drilled holes in it, and as you can see, there are roots galore in there. That harvest right there, huh? There's probably 20 potatoes. Right in that range, maybe a little less. And I started with 4. Yeah, that really just happened to me. I picked it up to move it out of the way so I could get to the buggy here, and the handles broke and I lost all those peppers. But hey, I found a potato. Alright everyone, so as you just saw in that short, I've been having potatoes for a while, and I think it's time to actually plant the potatoes. Now, if you look on the back of some of these seed starting potato containers, it tells you basically when to plant depending upon what zone you're in. So I'm still good here because this zone is January to April. We're here in the beginning of March. I would have liked to have gotten them in the ground about a week ago, but the weather is just crazy. We got 2 cold spells coming through here this week, and then it should start getting actually into like spring weather. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these things planted today. It's a beautiful day. It's a little chilly, but it's not cold. And you know, with everything with this channel, this is an experiment. I hope it's gonna work. I hope I don't kill these seed potatoes too soon. But before we plant, how many of y'all remember this video right here? The experiment today is to put 2 of these big old huge potatoes with all these eyes, crazy looking stuff all over them, right here, side by side, and see if they do anything. So these are the 2 potatoes that we're gonna plant. And before we do that, I realize I'm only wearing 1 glove. I'm not trying to do a Michael Jackson or anything. Okay, we are about done digging.
Whoa.
All right, now we're gonna put it in, put the potato in. That looks good to me. Let's cover it up. Let's cover them both up now. Okay, so here we are. This is where my daughter and I planted those 2 potatoes, those 2 monster potatoes that we just saw in that video, right here. Now, nothing has happened with them, but I need this bed for tomatoes and peppers. So, they're coming out since nothing has happened here. So let's see what we got when we dig them up. So there's our answer. Lots of baby potatoes. Lots of potatoes growing. Whole bunch. I've got to dig all these out of here. But here's what's left. But there's what's left of the potatoes that we buried. Those monster potatoes. That's it. To say that I'm shocked would be an understatement right now. Holy mackerel. Okay, so to say that I'm surprised by this is just crazy. I expected to find nothing. No stalks from the potatoes have grown up out of the ground, so I didn't think anything was going on. I thought all I'd find would be the skin of those 2 old potatoes, but I've got probably 100+ little baby potatoes over here, so that's crazy. Now what I did do is I went ahead and dug all this out. I'm not going to show it, but I dug all this out to make sure I got all the potatoes out of here, because you can't leave any potatoes behind or they'll start, I guess they'll start to grow. I don't know. So there's the update on the potato experiment that my daughter and I did, and I will leave a link to that video in the description below. But now let's actually go plant potatoes in the potato bed. I'm excited. All right, so here we are. This is gonna be the potato bed, sweet potato bed, and then that one down at the end I'm gonna use for beets, radishes, not really carrots. I'm gonna keep carrots out this way, but beets and radishes in that very back one. And maybe even through these front two too, I'm not sure, but this can be the potato bed right here. Okay, hey, totally on a side note, this vine behind me blooms like this twice a year, now and in the fall. But when it blooms like this, it is so pretty. If any of you all have vines like this that bloom like this, like this one is doing, drop a picture in the I mean, I don't even know, can you put pictures in the comments? I haven't tried, but if you can, drop a picture in the comments below. I would love to see them. But let me take a minute here to just show how pretty this vine is. Show how pretty this plant is and how big it is. I planted it 5 years ago, and you can see how good it's doing. It is just a beautiful vine, and as you can see in the back, I extended a trellis along it and then wove the vines through on that side. I mean, look how big this thing is. It is huge. And then on this side, it is such a pretty plant. And I know it's kind of chilly here today, but usually this thing is covered in bees. Honeybees, bumblebees, just bees, bees, bees. I don't see any, but such a beautiful plant. Just had to take a minute to share that with y'all. Okay, let's get back to potatoes. All right, so potatoes. Now, y'all saw in that short from the beginning these two potatoes that I found in the bottom of that bucket that I didn't even know they were there. So just like last year, I'm going to do an experiment again. These potatoes are actually potatoes from the very first potato experiment that I did last year. So let's just keep it rolling, right? Second generation experiment right here. I'm gonna plant these two in here, and then big box stores, you know, this time of year start selling all the seed potatoes. So I've got some red potatoes, just some regular golden Yukon potatoes, and then why not get some color, right? So there's 5 in each of these, plus these two, and then plus the other potatoes that we just dug up in that other garden from the monster potato. So I'm gonna get all these in here. Okay, so the packages say 8 to 10 inches. 8 to 10 inches. Now with this bed, each of these pieces of wood is 6 inches. So I have 12 inches of soil plus what I dug up from the bottom. So we're gonna go 8 inches. Now, I got this for Christmas. I absolutely love this, and I'm about to use it for the first time. So it's a pretty cool little gardening spade. Serrated blade for if you need to cut stuff. It's inches. Side where you could scoop. So I'm going to use this. Now, this is 6 inches, so we'll just go 2 inches further down than right there. So I'm guessing that's about 8 inches. Go to the top. Down. So I think we're good right there. Okay, now one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to cover these up until I've planted all of them, because I did that last year with some stuff and I have planted over top of each other. So remember what I always say, learn, 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 and I don't want to do that again. So those are the first 2 potatoes in. Now the rest of this, we're just gonna do the fast forward. So yeah, let's get her going. I am pretty sure this will not grow, but I'll still plant it. Why not? We will plant this one right there. That way we can remember whether this one grows or not. Because it looks rotten. We'll see. Okay, so these are the potatoes that I'm going to just throw in there, and let's see if they do anything. This might be way too many, but again, I don't really know. So, hey, this is a journey, right? Here we go. So today is May 7th. We will mark the date down in my journal and obviously here on the video, and we'll just see what they start to do. Hopefully in the next couple weeks we'll start having growth come up out of the ground, and then it's just on from there. So I'm excited though. I got the potatoes in. Next will be the sweet potatoes. I'm excited to do that one too, obviously. I'm excited for everything, but I'm excited for that one. All right, everybody, and there we go. Potatoes are in the ground. May 7th, the spring garden, I guess, is officially started. Also, as you can see behind me, I brought out all the container plants from the garage to start getting them ready to go for spring. On a side note, the blueberry bushes that I had last year, I've got over sitting on top of the blueberry bed. I haven't planted them yet because I'm waiting until we get through this week with these two cold fronts that are coming in. But those will be going in the ground next week for sure. But those already, one of those plants already has flowers starting to come out on it, and I just brought them out of the garage 2 days ago. So everything's going to start waking up. It's that time of year where we're going to start getting stuff going. Like once you start planting, you're going to start seeing stuff just go nuts. So get prepared, get ready, get excited. Again, if you haven't already planted your seeds, you got to get your seeds at least in some seed trays. Get them started. You want to get a jump on spring as best you can, and seed trays are the way to go. But hey everybody, thank you all again for subscribing to this channel, watching this video. If y'all liked it, please share the video, like the video. If you enjoyed what you've seen so far in this video or any of the other videos, please subscribe to the channel. I would absolutely appreciate it. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram, Down Home Backyard Gardening. And as always, shine bright and harvest hard. Bye. Okay, and there we go. All the potatoes are planted. Now I'm just going to cover them all up. Mark this date down. Today is May 7th, and we'll go from there. So today is May. Hey, well, here's our answer. We got a whole bunch of potatoes growing that I just totally disturbed. Look at all these little, whoops. Darn it. So there's our starting to come out on it, and I just brought them out yesterday, Saturday, and I just brought them out of the garage 2 days ago. Okay. So if we can zoom in on that. So only be potatoes. I wanted a designated area for potatoes, sweet potatoes, you know, root crops basically.